Good afternoon, gardening friends. It's May 18th at just past 1 p.m. This is not a full-blown update. I just wanted to show you one of my latest experiments. Actually, if you were watching last year, watching my episodes last year, I got something off of eBay that I was playing with, and so now I'm going to play with it a little bit more because I'm just curious to see how well this is going to work. So I've got another one of my boxes. I filled it with soil up to probably about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way, and I have this over here. The product goes under a bunch of different names. You can look on eBay for crystal soil, and then look. You might find other names that you can then look for. Basically, it looks like a bunch of little plastic balls, but they're actually these things that they will expand when exposed to water. They will soak up the water. And so what I want to do is I'm going to make a bunch of these, and it's going to take a couple of hours for them to puff up. But I'm going to go ahead and put them in this little one of those OxyClean clones. Actually, I'm not putting it in with that. It's just I'm using the cup that it came in. So I'm going to put a few of these in, and I'm going to put some water. I'm going to let them expand, and then I'm going to make a layer of them right here before I finish transplanting what I'm going to transplant into this box. Believe it or not, that's about all I'm going to need to completely fill this thing. In fact, it may be more than will fit in here, but that should be enough then from this to be able to put over into the planter. So we're going to put some water in it. It's about 1:15 now, and we'll see. We'll check back in a little while. Good morning. So it's now the next morning, the 19th, at about 7:40, and you can see now what this is developed into. So I'm going to go ahead and do the transplant. So there's the crystal soil in place. Okay, so now the garden has one more planter from in which I've put plants from a few of the miscellaneous flower boxes. So I just keep doing this, and eventually I get rid of all the flower boxes. But then the next project is all of this scrap wood down here. And I spent a bunch of time last night figuring out exactly how I'm going to use it all. Or the vast majority of it. Just didn't want to throw it all away. So that's next. Okay, so now the next project is to take this pile of remaining 2x4s that I had from all the previous projects, and turn it into a table. Doesn't look like much, but the stuff on the right's already been measured off. There's going to be some small cuts, not much left behind. This will still be left over, but it comes down to it, I just don't want to throw away wood if I don't have to, and since I pulled the table off the patio, might as well build a new one, something that fits a little bit better. So I spent like an hour and a half last night staring at all the numbers and figuring it out. So here we go. Okay folks, there you go. On the right is the pile that will become the table. On the left is the scrap from the scrap. So the scrap of the scrap. And in any case, it's what's left over of all the scrap 2x4s I had. I still have yet to pull out the 2x3s. Sorry about that. Still have yet to pull out the 2x3s and build the shelving unit out of that, but that's one project about halfway done. Okay, well, it's mostly done. It's actually done by the original design. It's not so pretty, but then keep in mind this is all built out of scraps. The top is actually one of the fence boards that I had that had enough damage to it that I just decided, okay, I'll cut pieces out of that to form the top. and tossed the rest of it because it was just too bad to work with. But the main problem with this, if I can do this, is it's really wobbly. So what I'm actually going to do is I got 2 more scrap pieces there. I mean, I still have a couple more here, but these 2 are just long enough. What I'm going to do is cut 8-inch pieces and put them on either set of legs to stabilize it a bit. Alright, so there you go. That's the finished product with the little bit at the bottom of the legs to stabilize it, and that's the only remaining piece of scrap after I tossed out all the really short stuff. So that's it. Good afternoon, gardening friends. It's now Sunday the 20th at just past noon, and I've got this is the pile of wood. I have already pre-cut everything down to size. This was all the 2x3s, and this is now going to become a shelf, and you can obviously see I'm taking advantage of the table temporarily. I'm going to use this as sort of an assembly point for some of these pieces, but that's all the lumber required to build a 4-foot wide shelf, which may seem a little odd. I zipped those pieces right to the bottom of the picture there. There's 4 of them stacked up. They're 2 feet, so it's actually 2 2-foot sections joined together as a 4-foot section. So I'll just show you as I go. Okay, I know this is going to look a little odd, but there were basically 3 piles. There's 2 piles left. Now the middle pile is over there. I've made legs, and if you look at them carefully, you can see I actually joined the legs together with some other pieces. I had a lot of short pieces, so I basically just figured out how to take the short pieces and turn them into longer pieces. Those are the legs for the shelves that are going to go up, and the short pieces there are the spacers that keep it consistently spaced between 2 frames, and the long pieces are the top pieces. So it's not going to be 2 shelves like I have already and all the other ones. It's just going to be the one top shelf, just basically a giant U. Actually, it's not so much a U. It's actually going to be some rectangles joined together at the top by some more pieces of wood. In any case, it's going to be a little flimsy. Maybe someday I'll completely rebuild it, but for now it makes use of just about every last scrap of what I had in terms of 2x material. I still have a ton of strapping and stuff over here, and then I've got the fence boards, which I'm going to use to make some more boxes out of, but it's just one step at a time. Well folks, it's almost 8 o'clock. I didn't give you too many more updates, but here's the table in use, kind of mixed in among some other things, but there is a table here. Goes out that way, so I've got my greens and a memorial planter on there. That'll likely get rearranged over time, but it was a convenient place to put them because it's a wider table than the rest of this. Like I said, it's almost 8 o'clock, so the light's kind of dimming, but you kind of get the idea. Let me back up. I can actually back up. I don't have to worry about tripping over things. Got my 2 chairs, my table made from scraps. I got stuff kind of stored around here. So you kind of get the idea. Now you can see just how much shelving I have. I can put plants all the way around. I'll have storage down below, or I can actually put more plants down below because I set it up so that the light can get through the decorative brick there. So if it's a semi-shade plant, that'll work nicely. And if you're wondering about the chairs, I washed the cushions. Figured since I'm swept everything up, I washed the cushions. They're just sitting over there drying out. That one neighbor said that may take a couple of days, but we'll see. I didn't absolutely soak them, but there you go. I'm going to pull those in and call it a night. One final shot just to give you the scale of it all. I'm now backed up to the new table, and that's it. Till the next adventure, which will actually be building a couple more of those boxes. Good morning, gardening friends. It's now, let's see, the 18, 19, 20, 21st, Monday at a little past 8, almost 8:30. And I just kind of wanted to give you another sort of view by morning light. I really did enjoy being out here and sitting in that chair there and enjoying my coffee this morning. So I'm off and running in good shape there. But I discovered something I want to show you. So I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this or how shaky it's going to be. But this is out in our parking lot, and some bird has made a nest above one of the lights. It's early morning, that's why the light is still on right now. But I'm just going to try and follow this morning by morning, and we'll see what develops. At some point I'm going to have to pull that nest out because there's a car right below it. But I'll let them mature as much as I can until it becomes a problem. And let me see if I can actually shoot a couple of pictures and maybe use the flash so you can see it a little bit better. Hopefully it won't disturb them too much. Alright folks, it's Tuesday the 22nd, and I had promised you morning updates. It's almost 2 o'clock, so I kind of forgot this morning, sorry about that. But I pulled out the tripod so I could see if I could actually get you a closer shot. Here we go. Don't know how well you can see that. We'll have to take a look. Alright folks, we're going to take a shot at getting this again. Now I have my monitor set up a little bit better on the camera. So let's see if we can't get you a decent shot. Our little friends. That's today's update.